Hi guys, welcome to today's video. We're playing the first of 3 battle escalation, so we're going to start with 750 points, moving up to 1000 points, and then for the third game we'll do 1500 points. The mission we're playing today is the Eternal War Cut Off the Head, which is basically allocating 3 points
to each character.
To the characters. You'll have seen this one before, so I won't explain it too much. But there you go. You can always pause the video and have a look at that if you really want to. So, objectives in the middle of the board. And we're playing Orks versus Ultramarines. So for the Orks side, I have brought...
a lot.
Yeah, you get quite a lot for 750 points with Orks. So I've got a War Boss, Scrotrot, on his war bank. I've got 3 units of boys, 19 boys, and then a boss, a knob boss with power claw. And then over
in the tower.
On the tower I've got, oh yeah,
no,
sorry.
That's not a
the tower, there's a big mech with a shock attack gun. He's hiding behind that very window at the top. And then I've got 5 storm boys that are waiting to come on, basically. Nothing else special to mention about that. On Ryan's side,
there's not a lot. I've got a librarian as my warlord who's hidden in here. I'm using Phobos Vanguard units to bring them out. Not fully painted yet, they're on the way. Still got loads more to paint. But my Vanguard librarian, oh no, he's not sitting there anymore. I moved him, he's over here, near the objective. But now I decided to change that in my deployment.
Because they have, is it advanced positions?
Yeah, and also we have to get the objective, I need a character within range. My Tech Marine gunners aren't going to be moving with the Thunderfire cannons.
No.
It'd be a bit daft. So the only hope of me capturing the objective is with my concealed position Vanguard Librarian. All the Vanguard units, apart from the suppressors, have concealed positions. So obviously I can move them in immediately into the board. Didn't do so much with my...
Get a little shot of those boys.
Got my eliminators, 2 squads of eliminators, 72 points a piece. A piece.
That's a snap.
Chose a nice building with a couple of layers, so it's going to take you a while to get to me and to get up into the building in the worst case scenario. Ideally I'd have put them somewhere higher up, like that lovely cathedral, but I don't have that side.
Bum, bum, bum.
And also the cover's a bit worse on that side, to be fair, for me.
Yeah,
I need all I can get, because I'm kind of outnumbered. That alone there is 232 points or less, actually, because it's not a full man squad. A full man squad is 232, I think.
Yeah.
That is just shy of 200. It's pretty bad considering I've only got 750 points to play with. Them 105 points for my suppressors, I think, roughly. For 3 guys with some autocannons. Love autocannons though, 48-inch range. 2 Thunderfire cannons, 92 points each. Every 12 shots each.
Brilliant.
If I'm lucky.
Ork killers.
I mean, it's 4d3 shot wise, so it's hit and miss. But shoot anything you can't see, put them out of sight. Mini basilisk.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So I have a spearhead. Obviously, my character being the librarian, and then my 3 heavy support being my 2 lovely Thunderfire cannons, and then 2 technically heavy snipers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is surprising considering they're kind of like this old scout role. But no, they're heavy support now. Obviously, the weapons are heavy, so they can't move without taking a penalty. Yeah. So they're not going to be doing much other than staying in there and shooting.
So that gives you 4 command points. I'm running a battalion because, let's be honest, it's a piece of piddle with Orks to do. So I get 8. We've got some lovely new dice. I'll just show you these here.
Things are slowly improving. I mean, models are getting painted up. The terrain is also going to be changing again too. The board's already changed. It's a lot darker.
A lot nicer. Yeah. I mean, very quickly, obviously this is not an update video, but the Imperial Fists have been started.
Using Blue Cape's basing material, if anyone's interested.
So yeah, things are in motion. We're getting a bit more time to play, which is nice. So you want to roll to seize the initiative?
Yep, I'm
because,
using the lovely fair leadership dice. What I'm looking for is a logo here.
Let's have it down here.
Here we go. It won't be. It'll be like a 1. Oh no!
Boom.
Oh.
Ultramarines, turn 1. See you in a mo.
At least your death cannon's gone.
So that was not too shabby for Ultramarines turn 1. Big Mech got blown apart by these guys.
The sniper shots.
Because they do -2.
Yeah, use the executioner rounds.
And then it's D3 wounds.
I think it's executioner.
Yeah. So he went because he only has 4 wounds. And then lots of other shooting from stuff.
Autocannons, took out 2, worth it.
Basically that squad down there lost 8 guys then to morale.
A bit of
Don't think
blinking.
those guys lost anything, and maybe a couple off that
It was
up there.
2 from the autocannons from here. They get 6 shots, only 2 connected.
But the big thing was obviously he took out the Big Mech,
With the
which took out intel
the
points.
death cannon.
And yeah, the death cannon, which would have
obliterated whatever you've shot at.
roasted stuff alive. So yeah, pretty good turn for Ultramarines. And we will move into Orks turn 1.
No one's dead.
So Orks turn 1 wasn't very good. I moved up and advanced that squad, this squad. Just moved him up behind them. He shot at the guys in the middle. Did absolutely bugger all. This squad here that was heavily depleted over the side, we used the Unstoppable Green Tide stratagem for 3 command points because they were under half strength. Picked them up, plopped them here, which counts them as moving.
So they can't move.
They shot and took a wound off, and then rolled to charge twice because obviously with Orks you can re-roll either 1 dice or both dice. I got a 4 and a 1, so I elected to re-roll both.
Was it a 4 and a 2?
Yeah, it was bad. It's not great. It does still mean that we've only lost the Big Mech with a shock attack gun and 3 Orks, which has kind of almost negated a turn because of that, but I can't use that stratagem again. It's once per battle, so effectively from here on out I will be losing models at a considerable rate. It does give Ryan a few...
Hopefully. My shooting with some units hasn't been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it gives Ryan another option to not just keep whittling down the advancing squads there. There's 3 separate parts to this that he has to pay attention to before they get to a squad. Although, effectively, he's got another turn before that happens.
Yeah. This turn I've got to decide what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you've got to deal with the 2 that are certainly closest to you, I think, because obviously with movement and then charging next turn, they're into whatever they want to be in the middle.
Really, I need to move him up this terrain and near the objective.
Yeah.
And then obviously that'll protect me from charge, and obviously need to focus these guys, but I want to focus them as well because I want to be able to target that character to remove that point gaining ability.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. So we'll go into Ultramarines turn 2. Turn 2 for the Ultramarines didn't go too badly.
Librarian moved up nearest the objective. No psychic shenanigans because nothing was in sight or in range. They obviously moved to make room for the librarian on the building.
Yeah.
And essentially other than that it was whittling fire. So obviously my eliminators shot the Orks, plinked away some more.
Just to notice, because they were out of range of the character
character
that they wanted to shoot.
And then obviously autocannons, thunder fire, and everyone else just plinked away at the closest Orks. Rapid fire into those because they were within 12 of 1, so then best shots. Thunder fires again at the same guys, trying to whittle them down so I can shoot the character with the autocannons.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. No real movement otherwise, no need.
That's an overview of the battlefield at the moment. So yeah, it's a few casualties, nothing drastic, but
Also, no points gained either because you have to be next to it at the start of the turn.
yeah. Next turn you're okay though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in case if you don't get charged and such.
Yep. Okay, so we'll move on to Orks turn 2.
I'm going to bring this in as my new weapon.
Boom. So at the end of Orks turn 2, it went pretty well to be honest. This squad assaulted him from this side.
Multi-charge.
This squad multi-charge and assaulted him to this side. So there's 5 guys gone from that squad, and the librarian is no more. Went toe to toe with the boss snob with Power Claw. He took out the librarian. The librarian then used the stratagem, allowing him to fight again, which then took out the boss snob. So realistically, it was quite thematic.
We'll have to do my morale, so we might have some more guys gone soon.
And the shot there was pretty.
So maybe but morale as well soon. So they might not even be there by the start of my turn.
No, I think you'll have a couple. That's all right. These guys failed the charge over here, which wasn't ideal.
They haven't, but they didn't get hit, so they're doing fine.
It's true. It's true. And these guys will obviously fall back, which then will allow the full might of the shooting to once again take hold.
I spent all my command points as well to do another chapter when the librarian died.
Yeah.
Fought back, killing the boss knob.
I mean, thankfully, the Orks at least managed to do something this turn, because up till now it's just been Ryan the entire way through. I was kind of thinking up to a point, not great. I mean, there wasn't a lot of room for the Orks to get up either, was there? Because you'd managed to position well. This is at the end of piling in. So I could only manage to get a few up from each squad. However, on the charge, Orks are great at ripping apart non-toughness models, especially when you get the knob with a power claw from each squad up there, which is nice. Okay, so we'll see what happens in Ultramarines turn 3. That was a really good third round for the Ultramarines. His guys there fell back. He did lose one to Morel.
Yeah.
But they fell back, which then allowed the full force of the Ultramarines' massive firepower to come onto them. Storm Boys buggered down here. 4 dead, then lost the last one to Morale. These guys were down to 2, lost them to Morale, down to 4, lost them to Morale. Really brutal round of shooting, which is probably the round that if he'd have started on, would have made a different story for the combat in the middle, etc. But not too bad.
I've wiped them out 3 times now, essentially, because when they got injured the first time, you pulled them off.
I did pull that one squad back. Yeah, that was the once battle.
So I've chewed through, what is it, 20 unit now, so 60 boys essentially I've dealt with.
Thunderfire cannons. Awesome for Horde.
Only better is assault cannons on Storm Talons and assault cannons on Razorbacks, or assault cannons on sentry guns that possibly might be turning up soon.
Whoop, whoop. That squad of boys is absolutely fine still, and the war boss is just chilling out in the shade over here. Next turn of mine, he needs to pull his arse in gear. Gets the objective. And these guys need to do a little bit of mobbing up. Not the rule mobbing up, to be confused.
Yeah.
They need to do a bit of protect the war boss. But yeah, pretty good round for Ryan. I'm sure he's feeling pretty happy with that.
Can't really ask for more.
There's a dead pile. I just haven't moved off the board yet.
We'll get the pan and brush out, as
that
you
was
said.
fairly convincing for this round, so yeah, pretty good. The game actually, funnily enough though, still quite in the balance.
Yeah. We're essentially on 2 each point-wise for the objective part of the game.
Yeah.
I have 1 for first strike.
Yes, that's
So
right.
that puts me on 3.
That's pretty decent. Excuse me, dog mascot. Really don't need you going on. Yeah. So we'll get into the Orks turn 3 and see what we can do. to be honest, it's just going to be a bit of moving and probably killing off those two guys there.
That's your warlord though, isn't it? The one on the bike, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my warlord as well. Yeah, absolutely.
So there's still slay the warlord up for grab. You've killed my warlord, so you've got that one.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause I only got my librarian was my warlord.
Technically 3-3 then.
Yeah, 3-3.
So, yeah, actually really in the balance then. So I've cancelled out his first strike with the warlord. However, that warlord is still up for grabs.
I've got to chew through the orcs, that'll protect it.
And these guys that can fly
Line break.
need to pull their ass in gear and start thinking about line breaker.
But if I move them, I'll lose my ability to shoot and freeze because they're heavy weapons.
Yeah. So it's
Hit and miss.
that's a bit of a tactical thing, isn't it? You know, how long's the game going to go, etc., etc.
Probably focus on killing the character.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where you'll win the game, effectively, by denying me the ability to score. Okay, so we'll get into Orks turn 3. Back in a mo. End of Orks turn 3, dead simple. These guys moved up, charged in. He moved up, charged in.
Dead infiltrators.
Dead infiltrators. And then he's consolidated a bit further in. He's on the objective now. However, slight minor oversight from me. He is the closest model now to these guys.
And these guys
which
can
are
shoot
great.
characters.
And if you look down here, that's not focusing in that well, but you can see him. These guys don't need line of sight, and those guys can shoot characters. So he's got a lot of firepower coming into him this turn, with the idea of obviously wiping him off the objective, because he needs to stay there this turn into the next turn and survive. Effectively, he needs to survive this round of shooting to score the points that would effectively
and also to get the
win the
points
game.
from that.
Or at least, potentially draw the game, because you slay the warlord pulling your head one.
So you'll get...
And then there's the line breaker as well.
So at the end of this turn, you'd get 2 from surviving.
Yeah.
Then at the start of next turn, you'd get how many it is for the objective.
Yeah.
And then vice versa onwards.
So, you know, he has to destroy it. To be fair, the war boss isn't going to be that tough to pop. So,
well, the orc cannons can...
he rolls really, really bad.
Can happen.
It can happen.
It has happened today.
It can happen. It's very true. Okay, so we'll get back to you as soon as that model gets picked up and removed, which, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we think should happen. If it doesn't, my windows could be in danger of dice going through them. Anyway, back in a mo. So that's the end of the Ultramarines turn and the end of the game. They wiped out the warlord. First salvo of these guys here. And then picked off the orcs with the thunderfire cannons and everything else. So at that point it was 6-3. You play through the remaining rounds and...
So, line breaker, another 2 points for my guys. My 2 remaining characters being alive, because 1 point each for the tech marine gunners.
So it would have taken it to 9-3.
9, yeah.
Really fun game actually. Only 750 points. Ryan's list worked really well shooting wise, I think.
Get them into key positions. I mean, if there wasn't so much...
The fact that they could infiltrate
if I wanted to, I could
or
put them
up
like
the
over
board,
here. Oh.
like the that first squad started there, really nice. I probably went a little bit troop heavy, not enough shooting to be able to tackle outlying units that were doing me the most damage. Like those guys did me the most damage character wise, and then the Thunderfire is probably putting the most work against the Orks.
I'm really liking the new Vanguard units.
Yeah, actually really quite nice.
Scout snipers used to be terrible. 401, and you can target characters, but there was no AP, so the likelihood of them doing anything wasn't great. Nor was the range, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean, that's really nice, fun game. So that was 750 points. Join us in the next video where we're going to take this up to 1,000 and swap the lists around a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support. If you're new to watching the channel, please think about subscribing. It really helps us out. Hit that like button and happy gaming.